Hello, welcome. We're starting a few minutes early because we can. It's stream number 2 to the power of 7. Is that right? 128? Yeah. Yep. Hello with caps lock, Helion. Good to see you all here, JS, Poyu, 27. Yeah, we're gonna practice some Finnish today. So, terve. Olen Tyler. Olen amerikkalainen. Asun Suomessa. Yeah, we can, well, maybe I should look at what you guys are saying first. JS, you said terveisiä hervannasta lämpimältä parvekkelta näin kesäisenä iltana. Well, I understood something about the warmth on the balcony, or from the balcony. Something about a summer evening. Let me look at it a little bit more. I'm going to paste it here, but because, well, this is sort of like greetings. I don't know, hervanasta. For a second, I was thinking of hirvi, which is a moose. So greetings to all the moose in the world from, I think are you on the balcony? From a warm balcony. Näin, like around. I never understood näin as a word. That's kind of a tricky one. Näin kes, and then a summary. Kesainen, kesaisena, on a summery evening. So let me see. Greetings from Hervanta. Okay, so that's a location. By the way, if it isn't obvious, I'm not looking at the English before I'm translating, just so you know. From a warm balcony on this summer evening. I don't know where this comes from. Is that the näin? Is that a good translation? I don't know. Hey JF, welcome in. Summer is here, finally. I'm kind of dreading it. I am a man of 17 degrees Celsius. All right, that's where I want to be. If I could spend all summer at 17, 100%, I would do that. This 24, 25 is just, it's out of my comfort zone. All right, I'm no longer comfortable. I have to have some air circulation. You know, I gotta have a fan going. My floor fan is also acting a little weird. It's almost like a plane propeller, you know, where it needs to, like, you got to give it a little boost before it'll actually start spinning. I can't actually touch the fan blades, but I can like rotate the fan a little bit so that the blades can start spinning, and then it spins up. So I don't know what that means. But it's getting old, like me. But yeah, in this case, näin means on this, or more literally, like this. Like this. Wait, why is it literally like this? Because I mean, I can't think of how you would say it in English that way. I mean, I guess if you're translating literally, then it's not supposed to make sense in English, literally. So like, yeah, but on, I did kind of see the ending here. That typically means like on or as. Like, on this day. What is it? Päivänä? 27 degrees is way too much for me. 27. That is correct. Wait, JS, you have the AC running and you're sitting in the outside unit, warm blowing wind in the already warm balcony? I don't know how this... I don't understand the the setup, but you sound very warm, so I'll take that. Literally, nain would be the answer to, hey, how do you do this or that? Someone could start to show you an answer like this, nain. Ah, okay. Thanks for that explanation, Helion. So that's, yeah, that's another good use of nain. Nain, like this. It's like, that's one of those, I think that reminds me in French, where we just say comme ça. I say we, like I'm a French speaker. I'm not. But when I learned French, it's a good example. I mean, yeah, you guys already, none of this is news to you, that French is easier for an English speaker to learn. But you don't realize it when you're learning it until you try to learn Finnish. And nothing matches up. Nothing looks the same. I don't know. It feels like didn't they do this experiment on people where they had people wear goggles or glasses that literally flipped your vision upside down? And people lived with those glasses on for like a week or more. And for the first few days, people were like really sick. Like they couldn't do anything. But then after like a week or so, people adapted and their brains rewired to be able to navigate, to move around with the inverted, image in their retina. So that's how it feels for me, trying to learn Finnish. But that's part of the fun, I guess, the fun for you watching me stumble through this language. You saw an American guy sitting on a beach having a portable AC next to him? That's the American dream right there, AC in the outdoors. Do you ever think about how much air conditioning gets lost from like, stores and shopping malls, from the doors opening and closing all the time? I'm sure somebody's done a study on that, right? The exhaust unit stopped, so no wind, just warmth coming from the AC. AC outdoors is Finland during the winter. Yeah, we get all of our AC all at, well, I say all at once, but really all at once for 9 months of the year. And then we get this. I'm kind of weird in that I almost prefer outside to be cold so that I can I'm more comfortable outside in like long pants and a jacket than I am going outside in like shorts and a t-shirt and it being really hot. Which is funny because I grew up in Texas. That I should know. Maybe I've just spent too long here in Finland. But anyways, you guys, I'm not gonna take like 9 hours to translate everything today. Meaning I'm going to try to cut myself short from the rants. Let me see here. The next one comes from Poyu. Poyu says, Ilta tänään oli vihdoin, I should know that word, ja viimein kesäinen lämmin päivää. Fiilikset ovat sen ansiosta hyvät. So you're saying, good evening. Today was... I can't remember this, but... something and the last? Maybe... Yeah. Summery warm day. Something about a summery warm day, but I don't quite understand. V-main. And then, oh, what is, I should know this. Filis. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't think of this, but something is good. I don't, it's good. Something is, it's good. Yeah. Today was finally a warm summer day. Well, wait, which of these is finally? Is this an expression that could be translated to finally? Today was finally and finally a summer warm day. Okay. Yeah, it must be maybe some kind of expression. I'm curious. Let's ask Wiktionary if it's recognized. No, it is not. But let me see vihdoin, because I've seen this in other contexts. Finally, at last. And then we had v-main, also meaning finally. I mean, I'm sure we have expressions we could say in English like that. Like, today was finally and at long last a proper summer, warm summer day. And you're feeling good because of it. Oh, does this mean like feelings? The feelings are good. What? Thanks to that, the feelings are good. Feelings are good because of it. Ansiosta. What? I've never seen this. Sometimes it just feels like you guys are making up this language as you go. There can't be this many things to learn in a language. I'm like in the Truman Show or something, and everyone's just pretending like, yeah, no, this is normal. But yeah, ansiosta is a postposition meaning thanks to. Ah. Okay, well, yeah. There's another, wait, hold on, let me think for a second. There's like, in the news, you would often hear due to something. That, and the word starts with a T, but I can't think of the word. It was like, I can't think of it. Someone will say it in chat, I'm sure. And yeah, there's usually 2 sets of doors in the supermarkets. I guess they do a better job than maybe your whatever, your own door at home. And okay, yeah, in JS, vihdoinja viimein is a singular idiom meaning about time finally. Yeah. Vihdoin. I used the vihta in the sauna. I have heard, okay, vihta, the birch branches, yeah. Or sometimes it's called a vasta, the heretic version from the wrong part of Finland. Helion has fired shots. Okay, there. What vasta? Only recently. Vastoin, against. There's too many things to keep track of. Stop. What is? I was gonna say stop pelting me with words. But no, this is how you learn. Yeah. Vihdoinja viimein is a stronger expression. Yeah. It's because you're saying it twice, you know. One doesn't catch Felixia. Lorelei says Vasta. Lorelei and Helion are in different sides of the Finnish divide. But JS is a Vihta person. Anyways, okay, thank you. Let's see. So yeah, in this, I post position, so it's like saying thanks to it or thanks to that. The feelings are good. The feelings are, thanks to that, good. You had some other sentences up here. Let me give it a shot. Huomennakin. I didn't say that very well, but whatever. Huomennakin pitäisi vielä olla, mutta sitten taas paluu alle 20 asteen päiviin. Something about... I don't know how to translate the keen, but is it sort of like, I guess? Or is it more like, and? But and tomorrow, pitäisi, it should still be. But then again, wait, do you say this? Because that would actually be, because in English we'll say, but then again, it could be something. Because that would be a literal, that would be a very rare and beautiful, what is it, lining up of the languages. I'm going to assume it means that. These words mean then and again, but I don't know if it's the same as in English. Huomennakin means also tomorrow. Okay, so I was close with and. I think that's also tomorrow. It should still be like summary, but then again, something under 20 degrees to the day. I don't know Palu. But anyways, okay. It should still be there tomorrow. But then it will be back to days below 20 degrees again. Palu, is that like to return? To go back to? Let me just look that up. Huomennakin is tomorrow's wiener or hot dog. Sitten taas, then again, but not the same as then again or the other option, but more literally, once more afterwards. Okay, so it doesn't line up with the English expression, then again. I knew it wouldn't. I knew. You're saying, yeah, it means then something happens again, referring to the colder temperatures. Right. The colder temperatures return, palu. Wait, it's a noun? Why did I think it was a verb, like paluta or something? Does it? It is. Where was that? But then it will be back. Yeah. But then it will return to the below 20 degrees. It will return to, this is also a weird, like, how do your brains do this, guys? How can I be, we need to get CAPTCHAs or something in the chat before you're allowed to send messages, because this is like, are you a human? Okay. This feels like what is this? This, I don't know, wizardry of a language. Olen velho, after all. That was one of the first things you learn on Duolingo. But this, okay, yeah. But this is plural, so like the translation here I think is pretty good. Then it will be back to days below 20 degrees again. Yeah, I guess you could also just say then it will return to below 20-degree days again. You could also say it that way. But anyways, well, this is good news for me. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, thank you, Helion. Palata is the verb. Yeah, that's also actually, I was pausing here because I was thinking to return is like, is palata, like palaus, right? Like when you make a return, a palaus. But in this case, it's a different kind of return. Okay, here's what I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but palaus is when you're like returning something like a library book, because I see that word in the library when I click on the screen. But palu is a returning itself, or like, you know, like the days are returning. You aren't returning an object. The days are just returning themselves, right? Oh, palautus. Thank you. The Finnish dyslexia strikes again here. But yeah. Hey, you gotta respect, at least I committed to it, JS. If I say the word incorrectly, at least I'm consistent. Yeah, so if you return a book, palautus. If the book returns by itself, palu. Yeah. But anyway, okay, thank you for that, you guys. Wait, what is this? Sarkaniemessa. I should know what sarka means. Huomenna sarkaniemessa. It was 27 that wrote this, so maybe this is intranslatable dad joke. Tomorrow in Sarkaniemi. Oh, are you traveling to this location? Niemi, I believe, is like a peninsula, right? You'll see that a lot in Finnish names, Niemi. Not to be confused with Nimi, which just means name. Because I've made that mistake. I was like, why is the name of a place also a name? Like, have the word name in it. That's weird. But yeah. Hervanta is part of southern Tampere, like Kallio, Tulla, and such in Helsinki. Ah, okay. Kallio. I've never lived in Kallio. Or Tulla. Nope. I was never hip enough, all right? Too boring. And sorry, JS, you had said earlier that you would translate näin kesäisenä iltana as such a summery evening. Thank you for that. That helps a lot, because it's not like, because yeah, näin I don't think of as this. So I think such is better, because like niin is so, näin such. I don't know if I'm actually making any sense. But Lorelei, you wrote something in Finnish, so let me see what we can do, what damage I can do to the Finnish language by trying to translate this. Oh, I have to think about, okay, kävin is from the verb käydä, meaning to visit or to go or to take a shower, apparently. It has like 1,000 different possible meanings. But yeah, so you're saying, hey, I went earlier to Lidl. In the search for a packet, like a package, right? Like because you can sometimes pick up your packages. I don't know about Lidl, but I know in like other like K Market and S Market, you can pick up packages there. But I assume Lidl has it as well. And I went. Wait, with your mom to the store. But I don't know this Asken. What that means. Hi, I went a little earlier to pick up a package. And I just went shopping with my mom. Is that Asken? Does that mean like you just did something? Like recently? Let's take a look at that. Asken. Adverb, just now. I haven't heard that one before. Thanks for teaching me that, Lorelai. Okay, wait, hold on. I missed, you guys were saying stuff down here in chat. Shadow banned or just being ignored? Lorelai, I got to your message. Sorry. You aren't sure about the human thing. Managed to make it your little edit in Discord to look like AI. I guess it was like, yeah, maybe I started these streams right as AI started coming out. Or I guess, no, I have had some of you around before ChatGPT. When was that? I guess I have been doing these streams a long time. I feel like we've been doing them since like 2021. Maybe it was 2022. One of your colleagues, Helion, worked on the natural language models for the computers like 20 years ago. Didn't get too far, you think, and Finnish might be a bit too difficult to model. Yeah, you're getting the attention that you're missing. I have such demanding members of chat. What am I supposed to do? Look, if you want attention, come to my gaming streams, okay? Because there are fewer people there. There's fewer messages, so you can have me all to yourself during my Stardew Valley gaming streams, which I'm enjoying now. I made a little challenge for myself to play Stardew as a grandma, and it's actually insanely difficult. I didn't realize how difficult it would be, but we haven't gotten past the first week yet because we have to keep resetting. But we'll get there. We just need to get a little lucky and we'll make it. You had to report your stolen Amazon package and the police are still looking for a prime suspect. The shake of the head, which is that's the shake of approval, okay? Okay. First we gotta take a hydration break because it is freaking 100 degrees Celsius outside. You know I'm never changing from the peanut butter jars. Peanut butter jars, the water just tastes better when it's from a peanut butter jar. Giften sounds Swedish. It was Johannus of 2022 when you did the Duolingo speedruns, and in fall these learning Finnish streams began. True. Yeah, that was crazy. Isn't it even crazier that they have not updated the Finnish Duolingo since then? Like they haven't added anything to it. Such a disappointment. The homeopathic peanut butter. Hold on. It's so warm. I have to move the fan to be closer. We did Kahoot quizzes as well. Yep, that was that was pretty fun. Okay. Let's practice a bit more of the Selco. All right. Thin air. How do Finnish people pronounce this? Do you say thin air or do you say finair? What? I assume you say it kind of the English way, but the latter. Wait, you actually say it as it's spelled? Finair? Finair. Finair. You do? 100% the Finnish way. Welcome in, DV, by the way. Good to see you. Peru, meaning cancellation, or right? This is I'm gonna assume this is the noun, right? Wait, well, we don't have. Sometimes if I do it like this, I can see. Yeah, palu. Peruta means to cancel. No, JS, you're saying it's a verb? Oh, thin air cancels. Is that what is how you would translate it? Here, let's just see. What does Google Translate? Thin air cancels. So it is the verb. Confusing. You can't blame me for being so confused. I mean, not that you are blaming me for being confused. I'm talking to myself, basically. I'm hyping myself up. Aluksi uutinen Finnairista. Wait, Finnairista. Do not confuse another UU with another UU. It's a Finnish thing. What do you expect about pronunciation? Well, if it's a Finnish thing, then why don't you put it like in an actual Finnish word? You know? Why not call it, I don't know, Suomi ilta? How do you say ilma? Is that Suomi ilma, right? Why not just say that? Is that too hard? Or is it because you know you need it needs to be international, so it has to be sort of in English? Suomi lento. There you go. That's better. Yeah, the branding consultants. But yeah, the first piece of news is about thin air. Or first, the news about thin air. The thin air people themselves say it the Finnish way. Well, if you're speaking in English, do you change the way you pronounce it? Like if you're just talking in English and you're saying, oh, you need to take a thin air flight. Would you still use the Finnish pronunciation of it? Or would you change to sound more English? Helion, you would say it the Finnish way? Oh no, JS, you're saying in English, you would pronounce it the English way. And Lorelai says it's said in Finnish? Yes. Like if you're speaking Finnish to each other, then you're going to pronounce this the Finnish way. But if you speak English to somebody else, then you're going to say it the English way, unless maybe you still say it the Finnish way. I'm just curious. Lentoyhtiö Finnair peruu huomiselta noin 100 lentoa. The airline company Finnair is canceling. I don't know this. Huomio means bad. So maybe this means like unfortunately around 100 flights. Approximately. So I was way off. No, it doesn't mean approximate. Noin means approximately. Huomisalta means from tomorrow. From that sentence, from here. Huominen. Huomenna. Wait, no. Huono means bad. Huomio. What does the huomio mean? That doesn't mean anything. I just made that up. No, it does mean something. It means attention. Hyvä huomio. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's go back to this. Airline firm Finnair is canceling from tomorrow around 100 flights. They've been canceling so many flights. I feel like I see that in the news, like for the past like month. It's been there like, every week. There's been like flights canceled. Peruminen vaikuttaa noin 7,000 ihmisen matkoihin. The cancellation affects vaikuttaa around 7,000 people traveling. Matka is a trip. Or it affects the travels of 7,000 people. How about that? But then, does 7,000 need to be said differently than the way I said it? I just said the normal 7,000. But do you need to say like 7,200? Oh, of course you have to say it. 7,200 ihmisen. Huomio means that you should duck your head. Like, watch out. Heads up. Due to long negotiations. Wait, your brother's in Thailand? Wait, and get back to Thailand? Does your brother live in Thailand, Lorelai? The way you worded it sounds like that's where he's from. 7,200. And trains have been canceled as well. Yeah, careful how you say the numbers if they are not written as text, but as numbers. Need to follow the case. And in this case, the possessive. Yeah. I need to have like a workout where, you know, I just practice seeing numbers in different numbers with different cases. And I have to, you know, say it in the correct case. And he lives there. Okay, so yeah, I read that correctly then. All right, interpret it. You've only been in an airplane once, JS. That was a small 4-seater on your friend's bachelor party. That sounds pretty cool, but also kind of rare. I don't think I've ever been in a small airplane like that. I've been in a few small airplanes, but never like, yeah, not like that. I don't think so, at least. Your brother lives in Tampere, not as exotic as Thailand. Lentojen perumisen syy on ilmailualan unionin lakko. So the airlines or the airplanes' cancellation or cancellations. Wait, is perumisen? Oh, it's okay. The reason for the cancellation of flights. I guess it's better to say flights. The reason for the cancellation of flights is the strike of this union. The I guess it's sort of like the aviation sector union. Allah means sector. Ilmailu. Why do I think that means weather? Ilmailu. I feel like I've seen that word. Let me just see here. Aviation. Or like there's another word like this that's sort of like atmosphere or climate. Yeah, lento means flight. Yeah. Ilmasto, thank you, JS. And Helion, ilma means air. But colloquially also the weather. And Poyu as well, thanks. Iau. Is that how you say it? Iau, uhka, lakolla, huomenna. Perjantaina ja ensi maanantaina. The weather and the climate aren't the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, there's ilma, ilmasto, ilmailu. But anyways, the IAU, which is this sector, the ilmailu Allah. And then fortunately, union is just the same word as in English. Mercifully, there are moments of mercy within the Finnish language. And ilmainen means free as price. Ilmainen. I don't know if I've seen that. Ilmaus means expression or venting. Like you said earlier, 27, patterien ilmaus, the radiator venting. And ilman means without. Look, this is, I want to stage a protest against the Finnish language. Too many similar words. All right. We need to introduce a simplification of the grammar and more variation in sounds. Okay, we're going to introduce consonant clusters. Yeah, Finnish is a very kind of like sing-songy language. But the funny thing is, the way Finnish people speak Finnish is anything but sing-songy, right? You go, and you know that it's the way Finnish people talk, because even the Swedish-speaking Finns, when they speak Swedish, it doesn't sound sing-songy the way Swedish sounds. There's something in the tone of the voice. Finnish is just a bit more like monotone, a little more dead, straight to the point. Yeah, just give us a word and we'll make you confused with all the close variations of it. Thank you for that. Oh, and JF, that's a good point. Union in Finnish is liitto. So hold on a second. Is this a different type of union than a liitto? Or are they the same thing, but it just happens to use this word? Yeah, the Swedes sound too happy, but the northern ones sound more normal, Lorelai. No, it's the same thing. Okay. It's the same thing. But the official name for it is this. Liitto. liitto. And wait, is there another word that means alliance? Like the political party, the Left Alliance. Is that viimeinen liitto? Like it uses the same word. I guess you could call it a union. Though not like a labor union. Obviously it's a political party, not a labor union. But I just don't know if it's the same word. Yeah, vasemistoliitto. I don't know what I said. I'm sure I said something. Did I say viimeinen? Yeah. And JS, you're saying alliance is a bit different. Alliansi. Viimeinen liitto, the last alliance of elves and men. That's just the Tolkien inception of my brain, all right? I've never been so proud to make a mistake. That what you thought was a mistake was actually me making a 10,000 IQ level move. But anyways, I've just heard the political party, its name is translated as Left Alliance. But then wait, isn't there's another party that's that's like the Green League. Do you just say Liga or something like that? Ligi? Ligi. Probably not. There's like or is it just the Green Party? And what's confusing is the parties sometimes change names. So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, viimeinen liitto, the last alliance. And Tampares use something like allianssimalli when doing large stuff, like building the trams and such. And yeah, JS, you just say vihreät. You don't care about the official variant. Well, yeah. Anyways, okay. You guys let me know in chat. I need to get back to this sentence here. Iau uhkaa lakolla huomenna. Meaning, IAU fears... I think that means the union fears... Does it mean fear? It fears on the strike tomorrow, Friday, and next Monday. That it can't be about fear. Is it like it plans? Nothing with fear, JS. Threatens. That's it. I was close. It's just like, think about the fear being on the opposite side. But yeah, wait. Helion, you said that they use the word, but essentially the same, just a bit fancier because it sounds like English. The union word, yeah. That's fun. It sounds fancy because it's like English. Yeah, spoken Finnish is again the lazy way. So the official names for political parties tend to get twisted somewhat. Identify? Wait, Lorelai, you identify. Wait, what? What? The Kouvostoliitto, union between Kouvola and its neighboring municipalities. Vihervasemmisto. What? But Anyways, the IAU threatens a strike. They threaten the strike. Although, yeah, it's like... Here, let's look at this translation. Wait. The IAU is threatening to strike tomorrow, Friday, and next Monday. What's probably most difficult for me in the sentence is this. Why is it LLA? It's like they are threatening. I mean, I guess in English it's also a bit tricky, because if you say like you can say the union threatens a strike, like the union is meaning that the union is planning the strike, not that the strike is some other object that the union is threatening, like to stop. They are threatening with the strike as their action. So like, how does that mean? I don't even know how that makes sense in English. Yeah, threatens with the strike. Yeah, maybe that's it, JS. Yeah, maybe if I think of it as like threatens with a strike. Though sometimes I think of this more like it's on. Threaten with a weapon, like assail, or with a ridicule, nolamisella. It's a tool, so LLA. Okay, so think of it like that. They are threatening with something as a tool, LLA. So that's kind of the use for this case. And there's other verbs out there, like, what is this? Aya auto, to drive with a car. And I don't know this. Koita kepillä. What does that mean? To try with a stick. What? What? Okay, it's not it's giving me like different Finnish. Did I misspell it? I don't think so. To poke something with a stick. Ah, that makes more sense. Lyödä vasaralla. Sormensa. Wait, what is that? I get this word. What does this mean? To hit. Which should not be confused with this word, which means to find. This illegal. I declare this illegal. You should not be doing this nonsense. How is anybody supposed to learn and keep the word straight? But anyways, you had said earlier, wait, what was it? Vasaralla. What is that? A hammer. To hit with a hammer. Vasara? Uhata heittää kahviin keittimellä. Wait, what? Something about coffee. To threaten them with coffee. What? Threaten to throw a coffee maker. And you know, it kind of makes sense in Finnish that people would say that. That feels like a very Finnish form of violence. because because it strikes at the heart of every Finnish workplace. You know, the coffee maker is like the shrine in the center of whatever the break room. Yeah, it would be like going into a church and threatening to hit a priest with like I don't know, a cross. What's this other one? Koita kepillä heikkoa jäätä. To poke with something? A hole in the ice? Let me try that. With to break through thin ice with a stick. Yeah, try the ice with a stick. Löytää. Wait, what? Did I misspell that? Oh, I misspelled it again. To find. Then what does this mean? Löydä. Am I just misspelling it? Why do I feel like there's a D in this word? I don't know. Yeah, different letter combinations, I know. Divorce incoming, the coffee is sacred. All right. En löydä sitä. Ah, it's the imperative, Helion. That's what you meant. Okay, I didn't understand when you wrote that, but now I see what JS is writing. En löydä sitä. It's also that form that yeah. Yeah. Anyways, where were we? We're still trying to translate this. We're on this paragraph here. Lentoliikenteen palveluiden työriitaa on soviteltu jo 2 kuukautta. So it's like flight traffic. Something about flight traffic. I mean, palvelu is like returns, plural. The returns of work. Does this just mean workers? What is this? Rita. I don't know that word. But it's like the return of, like, I guess, employees or workers to flight traffic. Has somethinged. Soviteltu. It has softened. I don't know. No, I don't know. Already, or it has lasted, or it has been ongoing already for 2 months. So like I said, I feel like this has been happening forever. Hista on ainakin palkasta. I have no idea. Something is at least something about salaries, right? Doesn't palkka mean a salary? Let us translate. The labor dispute, Rita. I'm sure I've seen that word before. So yeah, the labor dispute in air traffic services has been settled for 2 months now. What? It has been settled? I think that's a mistranslation. It hasn't been settled. Has been ongoing for 2 months now. The dispute is at least over pay. There are other things it could be about, but at the very least, it's about pay or salaries. Yeah, not softened. Let me look this word up because Google Translate didn't help me very much here. It has been negotiated. It has been settled, but not to completion. What? What does that mean? It Does this mean that it happened 2 months ago? That it was settled 2 months ago already, but it's still ongoing for some reason? I'm actually really confused. They have been trying to find a settlement for the duration. So in a sense, it could be settled, but not in the usual sense. It has been going on for 2 months. Is it like the process of settling has been going on for 2 months? Is that what it means? Because it doesn't really make sense to me in English to say it has been settled, because that sounds like oh, Leon, you're saying it makes sense the way I said it? Mediating, reconciling. Because, like, I think of this as a completed action, right? Like, isn't this the past perfect? And doesn't that typically mean that it's a completed action? It's not ongoing. I'm also, I guess I'm thinking of like, what is, like, why would you write it this way in Finnish? Because, like, to me it seems kind of silly. I don't know, silly, but it just feels weird to say it. It almost feels like the more natural, the normal. What's actually happened is not that it has been settled, right? It has not been settled. They're literally threatening more strikes. Why would they say that it's been settled? Instead, you would say they've been trying to settle it, or that it has not been settled. It has been ongoing for 2 months. It feels weird to say, and like it's implied that, yeah, they've been trying to settle it. But why would you even say, you wouldn't even need to use the word settle in this to convey the meaning that the argument has been ongoing. It has failed to reach a settlement. Am I overthinking it? It's not a complete action. Sovittelu is the root, which is a process, not the end result in this case. The result would be sopu. And now you're going to tell me that because this word is partitive, it's unfinished? What? What dark magic? Like, this is such a classic experience to learning the Finnish language. Is like you're looking at this and you're like, how could this possibly make sense? And then Finnish people will be like, well, maybe you have a point, maybe not, but also over here there's a different word that ends like this, and because this word ends this way, it means it's partitive, it's unfinished. Ah. It's like every sentence is a curveball in this language. Just think that Finnish is Elvish and it'll click at some point. Yeah, and the grammar's doing grammar things, Lorelai. I know. Yeah, this is a tricky sentence. I'm glad we paused on it, so at least we're learning a bit. And yeah. Well, let me ask. Not dark magic. It's just Finnish. They have been settling the dispute for 2 months. That's a good translation, JF. That works better in English than the way I was thinking. Check the Wikipedia article about telicity. Telicity. Well, but going back, are you saying that because this is partitive and this is the subject of the sentence, right? This is the subject of the sentence. Because this is partitive, hold on. Let me look at this word again here. What was the past passive participle? Yeah. Doesn't help me. Lorelai, thank you. As somebody that doesn't understand grammar, it just does that. Suin kala, I'm eating fish, not finished. Suin kalan, I ate a fish, completed action. But no, it's not object, it's in passive. What? Or I was thinking subject. Like, it's easier for me to understand partitive when the noun is the object of a verb. Like the example that you just gave. Like eating fish or you ate fish, right? Or even then, it doesn't make sense to me. Because is it the verb that... It feels like there's too many variables that could change. Because is it the verb that's changing or is it the noun that's changing? Because I would have thought that if you said sun kala versus sun kalan, that means I'm eating fish, just any amount of fish, versus kalan, meaning I am eating the fish. Like a discrete quantity of fish. But now you're telling me that even if you said sain kalan, I ate the fish. But what if you said sain kala? I ate fish? Or I was eating fish? Or I was in the process of eating fish? The dispute has been being settled. I'm just becoming a meme. Rita on soviteltu is no completion. Rita on soviteltu completed. I ate some fish. I was eating some fish. Yeah, that's why I should check it out, the telicity. Oh yeah, I guess I'll have to check it out. But I might read that off stream. Lentoyhtiö Finnair Sorry, excuse me. Excuse my terrible Finnish pronunciation. Lentoyhtiö Finnair peruu huomiselta noin 100 lentoa. Yeah, we already had this. The airline company Finnair is canceling around 100 flights from tomorrow. Työriidan takia. Takia! That's the word! That's the word I was trying to think of, but I couldn't think of it earlier. When there was like asken. It was like thanks to. And I was thinking of this word, due to, takia. Työriidan takia Finnair on tähän mennessä perunut jo noin 1000 lentoa. Due to the labor dispute. Tähän. Like Finnair mennessä. What? Like, does that mean like they just canceled, or? Yeah, I don't know what tähän means here. But it's like, yeah, they've canceled already around 1,000 flights. Finnair has already canceled approximately 1,000 flights so far. Yeah, okay. Noin is that's the approximately. And I guess it means so far. Tähän mennessä. Is that? Yeah. To this point. So far. By now. To this ingoing. You know. So far is a good translation. To this day. Hey, look at that. We did it. Boom. Let's do the next let's do the next piece of news. Hey, Yuha, welcome in. How are you? Wait, onnistuuko. What is that? I should know what that means. It has to do with luck, maybe? Will it work? Whatever it is, if it's relating to my brain, no. No. Eläkkeet. What does that mean? Why do I feel like that means lunch? Isn't there a word that means lunch? Like lunch boxes. Pensions. I guess it's a kind of, you know, if you could use your pension to pay your lunch. But yeah. Yes, Yuha, by the way, if you see this in chat, Yuha is my first member on YouTube. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. He dropped by my gaming stream over the weekend, and I was so confused. I was like, "Wait, why is your name green?" Because I've never seen that. So, thank you, Yuha. And it's funny because I forgot it was even like that, and I should have received a notification, but YouTube didn't notify me. Like, you think that they would let me know that a member has joined? But I'm thinking about it because I think it's really cool if you guys do want to be members. I can maybe try to come up with some custom little emotes. Like, I think I have one emote, Yuha, that you can use. I don't know if everyone can use it or if it's only... It's this one. I just put it in chat. But yeah, anyways, pretty cool. Anyway, onnistuuko is a common thing to ask right after a greeting when someone is working on something. Ah, okay. So I'm in the middle of working, and you're like, it's sort of like saying, how's it going? Your favorite and only streamer. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy streaming, so the more ways I can make it fun for you guys, like last week we had a poll to come up with a color for the microphone or whatever. Random stuff like that could be fun. But yeah. Anyways, okay, wait, let's get back to the Finnish. I don't want to get too distracted. I'm a sucker for a good tangent, you know that. But yeah, pensions. Sitten aiheena ovat eläkkeet. So yeah, the next piece of news are pensions. Suomalaisten luottamus eläkejärjestelmään on laskussa. I don't know this word. Luottamus. And this pension organization of some kind? Järjestelmään. Is doesn't that mean like a bill, or like isn't that like the check if you go to a restaurant you get the lasku? Actually, I'm so lost on the sentence, we gotta translate. Finns' trust in the pension system is declining. Okay, yeah. Laskea is to count. To say on laskussa is sort of like it's in decline. Laskea. But yeah, the trust, luottamus. Finns' trust in the pension system? Is that how it translated here? Yeah, the pension system has declined or is in decline. Tämä käy ilmi kyselystä, jonka on tehnyt eläketurvakeskus. Käy. Is that also the word for käydä? I don't know ilmi. You guys didn't, when we were going through all the ilma words, you didn't mention this one. When we had ilma, we had ilmasto, we had ilmailu, we had ilman. You guys missed the opportunity. It doesn't end in an A. The thing about laskea is confusing because when I think of counting, I don't know what you do in the Finnish language, but in English, when we count up. All right? When something counts, that's like you play basketball, you make a shot, it counts for 2 points, for 3 points. You add that to the score. It's counting up. Finnish people have the glass half empty mindset. All right. They count down. They count down to the end. All right. The good times are ending. Our days are numbered. Winter is coming. Hey, Fisher, welcome in. How are you? You also write notes down, but you write them up. I mean, we also write up in English, but that typically is a bad thing. And that it's like when you get in trouble and you get written up, meaning a teacher submits some form that gets you in trouble because you were misbehaving or something. Laskea is just generic counting. But anyways, wait, what is this? Ilmi. So it's something about a survey, right? It's like, so it says from a survey which was given at a pension center? I don't know. This is evident. Ah, okay. Ilmi. This is evident from a survey conducted by the Finnish Center for Pensions. Okay. Noin 25% suomalaisista arvelee, että oma toimeentulo eläkkeellä on huono tai melko huono. Around 25% of Finns believe, not believe, but maybe it's like they value or think that oma toimeentulo, their own work result for a pension is bad or almost bad. Okay, I don't think I quite got that. Their own livelihood in retirement is poor or quite poor. About approximately 25% of Finns, wait, what was that verb? Think. Arvele, but it's sort of like they estimate that their own livelihood in retirement is bad or almost bad. Wait, does this mean 25% of people who aren't retired? Or is it like people who are retired and also not retired? Etenkin naiset ja nuoret sanovat, että oma eläke ei ehkä riitä elämiseen. Oh, so most likely those who are not yet retired. So yeah. Yeah, the way it translates here, it kind of sounds almost as if, I guess it's more like their own livelihood in retirement will be poor. It's more, it sounds too present. It has nothing to do with the language, but with media and how they do statistics. Yeah, polled people are probably those still at work or not yet at work. Yeah. Etenkin naiset ja nuoret sanovat. So, does this mean especially? Or does it mean something else? Probably something else, but something about women and youth. Especially women and young people say that their own pension may not be enough for their life or their elämiseen. Women and young people in particular say that their pension may not be enough to live on. Okay. Yeah. Suomalaisten luottamus eläkejärjestelmään on laskussa. So we have this one already, yeah. Finn's confidence in the pension system has declined. Vain 5% uskoo, että tulee eläkkeellä hyvin toimeen. Only 5% Believe or hope? Wait, hope is toivoa. This is believe. Uskoa. They believe that Ule. Basically, it's just like 5% believe that it will be enough for them. Something like that. I don't know. Only 5% believe they will be able to manage well in retirement. You know, I'm going to tell... Okay, look. I have a solution. I know what... People are focusing on the wrong things. Here's my solution. We need to put a ban on all mopeds and dirt bikes and other obnoxiously loud devices that young people like to drive around. Okay, that's the real reason. That is a drain on society. Okay, it's young people just are, first of all, spending too much money on their mopeds. Second, that could be reinvested in positive things. Secondly, people of working age are being disrupted by the constant burring of engines. So productivity, fallen. Okay, hit two birds with one stone. That's all I'm saying. My sanity would... Old men yells at cloud moment. Yeah. All right. Let's look at us go through Finnish. Look at us just boom, boom, boom. This is... Nobody can accuse me of not practicing Finnish this week because we have been on it. Lorelei. Lorelei, you're the judge. What do you think? Do you think that we've been moving along at a good pace? Doing fine today indeed, JS says. But wait, well, doing fine, except I don't even know what I'm reading. Euroopan helteet. What is that? Heat waves. Heat waves. Sitten kerromme Euroopan helteistä. I think I mispronounced every single word in this sentence. I could feel it as I tried to read it. I just could not shape the sounds. Lorelei, and yes, thank you. But yeah, it's sort of like next we report. Is that what this means? Kerrome. I can't double my R. I've already told you guys that. Sitten kerromme Euroopan. Wait, Euroopan. I want to make this a long vowel. The A should be long, not the O. Euroopan. Helteistä. Something about European heat waves. Next, we report the European heat waves. Länsi- ja Etelä-Euroopassa on nyt kova helle. Is this just hell? You refer to a heat wave as hell? That can't be right. Not Dutch, in Finnish. Yeah, hot weather. But it seems too similar to hell. Leon, I'm doing fine. You've read almost the entire article in about an hour and a half. That would have taken you about 5 minutes to read. Well, I mean, honestly, I figure if you're a native speaker, you could read this in like 45 seconds, right? You could just skim it. Like 1 minute. So 5 minutes is even generous for you, probably. You would have the news memorized like poetry. Double R's is good enough. Thank you, Lorelai. You sound out the final E as well, but otherwise, yes. Yeah. It is, sorry, hold on. What is this? West and Southern, in West and Southern Europe, there is now a strong heat wave. Hell. Wait, is this the same root word as this? Does the L become a T when you add an ending to it? Is it reverse consonant gradation? Is that how it's working? Yeah, helteet. Remember when 25 used to be hot? This year it actually is. June was unusually cold. I have really enjoyed this June. It's been... I was thinking about it before the stream, how I feel like June... I feel like this year, every month has been really warm. Like, every month it's felt like a record warm month. But June was nice and cool, and I was very thankful for that. Because I would be expecting it to be, you know, blistering. But anyways. There's a, yeah, kova, meaning strong. What's the word for badass? Is it like kovas or kovis? Kovis? Olen kovis? I look, yeah, kovis. I remembered it. Yeah, and the cooler weather has been really nice for my runs. Like, it's so nice to go for a run, and it's just like 15 degrees outside. It's like perfect. Though it's been really weirdly windy, though. We've had some crazy storms. Helteistä on esimerkiksi Espanjassa, Portugalissa, Italiassa ja Ranskassa. This is heat waves, plural partitive. Heat waves have been, for example, in I was about to just call it España, also known as Spain, Portugal, Italy, and France. Lämpötila on monissa paikoissa noussut yli 40 asteen. You remember when I learned kovis? Windy's good for the electricity spot prices. True, yeah. 40 asteen. Because we have this, it is over 40 degrees. But yeah, the temperature has risen over 40 degrees in many places. Espanjassa mitattiin viikonloppuna kesäkuun lämpöennätys. The weather forecast, right? Or the temperature forecast. 46 astetta. In Spain, something, what, I don't know this word, mitattiin, but it's passive. So something happened, or was happening, over the weekend in June? Oh, okay. Spain recorded a June heat record. Oh, it's not forecast. I thought this was. Why did I think this was forecast? Ennuste is the forecast, right? Hey, Ollie. Welcome in. How's it going? It's actually an adjective made from helle, but it looks like another form of the noun. Wait, which adjective? Oh, helteistä. That's what you were referring to. Okay. And helion as well. Helteistä looks like a plural partitive, but it's really not. At least not how you think about it. Ah, okay. It's actually an adjective, but looks like another form of the noun. Yes, well, Google Translate gives us a different, instead of heat waves, it's like there are hot spots. I didn't even notice. But anyways, like, yeah, the heat wavular areas are, for example, in Spain, etc. Wavular, that's a good word. I just made up. Yeah, ennuste is a forecast. And mitattiin is was measured. Ah, okay. Like it was metered. They metered it. They measured the hottest temperature over the weekend for June, or the hottest June temperature. A record temperature. What? Where did the crown with number 2? What? Was there a crown? JS is just so royal today. Did it like did you automatically put like a crown emoji in chat? Is that maybe what happened? I don't know. I don't see it though. I don't know. Do you ever have that happen when you're texting and you accidentally press the emoji because it like auto recommends emojis right above the keyboard? You don't do emoji. What do we got here? Yeah, 46 degrees. Okay. Ranskassa on annettu hellevaroituksia. Ja esimerkiksi kouluja on suljettu kuuman sään takia. Talking about in France was given a heat warning, or heat warnings were issued, and for example, schools closed due to the hot weather, something like that, right? Heat warnings have been issued in France, and for example, schools have been closed due to the hot weather. No problem. Wait, Costa Scorchio. What is this, Helion? I don't know. Chris Waddle? Is this like a comedy sketch or something? I don't know. Euroopassa on nyt varallisen voimakas heleaalto. The Aalto University? But anyways, in Europe, there is now voimakas, does that mean like strong or powerful? Varallisen, does that mean free? Why do I think it? No, vapaa is free. Varallinen. Dangerous? A dangerously powerful. But this is with the, this is genitive. And then this is like, to me, this just looks like a regular adjective. There is a powerful heat something. A heat wave? Is that literally, does alto mean wave? I only ever hear it when it's like, you know, the architect. But there is a powerful heat wave of danger now in Europe. I don't know. There is a dangerously intense heat wave in Europe right now. Intense. Dangerously intense. It makes me think of Cheetos. Dangerously cheesy. It's a deep cut, an old bit from the Fast Show. Alver the Wave. The crown doesn't show up in chat on the YouTube app. Oh, wait, hold on, let me see. You took a picture on your phone. Oh, yeah. What? The crown. Okay, that's weird because I can't see that. Hold on. Let me see if I can see it if I change. I actually can't see the... But I do see, I do know what it is though, JS. I believe it means that you are one of the top chatters. You whatever respond. So yeah, that's weird. I've seen it in other people's YouTube chats, but I can't see it on my side, or just how I have it set up. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah. Anyways, we gotta finish this, and then we can just chill. We're gonna finish this, And then we're just going to relax because we've achieved everything that is possible for an evening. All right. We read that. We're on this now. Pelle lisää ihmisten terveysongelmia ja aiheuttaa kuoleman tapauksia. The heat wave increases people's health problems, or like it worsens their health problems and causes death. It's like death happenings, death events. What? How do you translate that? Heat increases people's health problems and causes deaths. This is a weird word. Because I know kuolema, right? But what is this kuoleman tapauksia? Kuoleman tapaus. Fatality. Fatality. And tapaus. Event. I was right. I was like a death event. Makes it sound like there's a party for it, you know? It's your going away party. All right? No, maybe that's dark. That's not my usual brand of Tyler humor, okay? Kuivassa maastossa syttyy myös maastopaloja. Wait, I should know kuivassa. I can't think of it. Kuiva. Why do I feel like it means like swift? But something about in... What is maasto? What is this? Syttyy. I'm actually... this is the hardest sentence. No, kuiva means dry. In dry locations, maybe that's what this means, like a type of ma meaning the earth, maasto meaning earthular, maastossa of a locality. In dry localities, something can also paloja. Wait, palo. Why do I feel like that just means a ball? Wait, there's pala? Palo. I don't know. We gotta translate. Wildfires also break out in dry terrain. Maasto is terrain. So in dry terrain. Oh, paloja, fires. Landscape balls. Yeah, maastopalloja. It's, yeah, if it was 2 L's, then it would be landscape balls. Terrain balls. Helion. Wait, whoa. I suddenly see the crowns. I see the crowns, but only on certain messages. I can see the crowns on my side, but only for like a couple messages. Helion is number 1. JS, you're number 2. JS, you're number 3 now. You just went down to number 3 after... What is going on? Omni, welcome in. Oh yeah, and perks. Perks and passports. Thanks. Sorry if I don't see you when you come by and chat, but I appreciate it that you're here. YouTube is just doing weird stuff with chat. I don't know why. Suddenly we're seeing the crowns, but we're not. JS, now you're number 2. And Ollie. Wait, maybe Ollie and JS are tied? I have no idea. It would be nice. You would think that I would be able to see the statistics, given that I'm like hosting the stream. I'd be able to see. Maybe there is a way, like on the back end, I could see, but at least not in the. I don't know. Wait a second. Maybe I can. Is it maybe in analytics? Well, there's actually nothing. It's just blank. I go to viewer activity and it just says nothing. Lame. Oh. 27, you only see JS's crowns. In Lorelei, you also only see JS's crowns. Fisher, you can't see them. You're on PC. Yeah, I'm on Chrome on Mac, and I only see a few of the crowns. I see Helion's crown, and Helion, your crown is a different color. It's like a dark purple, whereas JS has like a lighter purple pinkish color to a lilac. We're almost done here. Terrain balls. Wildfires. Maybe you're on Firefox and that's affecting it. Well, yeah, it's weird. It's not showing it all the time. Wait, Jess, now you're number 1. How does any of this make sense though? Why are the why do the numbers keep changing? Uh-oh. But Helion, you gotta head out. All right, gotta go clean the lawnmower. Very adult homeowner responsibility. Good luck. Have fun with it, or not, or just. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, Lorelei. Now you have number 3. Okay, these crowns make no sense. JS, sometimes when you say something, it briefly pops up and then goes away. Yeah, maybe I need to do some investigating on the back end of how these streams work, or if they work at all. But yeah. All right, we're almost done. We don't have to translate all the weather. But here we are. Niitä on sammutettu esimerkiksi Italiassa ja Kreikassa. Something has happened. I don't know this word, sammutettu. Something has happened, for example, in Italy and Greece. Is it referring to the wildfires? They have been extinguished in Italy and Greece, for example. So it's like the wildfires have broken out, right? Is that what this was like? Sytty. Is this like syntymäpäivä? Like it's been born? Or is this a different verb? Syttyä. No, I think it's a different verb, right? To ignite. Very different word. Well, I would like to think that when you're born into this world, you've been ignited with the flame of life. Right? Suddenly the lights were turned on, right? Lights get turned on in your human spirit. Sytyä versus syntyä. I just wanted to look. I didn't think they were the same, but I wanted to make sure that there wasn't some shenaniganery happening here with this. Birth in flames. We're not phoenixes. Reborn. So yeah. And Niita is referring back to the wildfires. There we go. And we get these questions. We can do a question or two. Multiple choice. This is new. They usually just give you a question and no answers. Like nothing to choose from. You just have to come write it. You have to write it yourself. JS, do you dislike purple? I feel like if you are the #1 chatter, you should be given the color privilege, that you can set your crown color to whatever you want. But here, mitä Finnairin lennoille tapahtuu keskiviikkona? So it's like, what happened on Wednesday to Finnair's flights? And I believe the answer should be B, right? Noin 100 lentoa perutaan. Around 100 flights will be canceled. Is that kind of? I think I translated this past tense, but it's like, what is happening? That's why I got confused. What is happening on Wednesday? Around 100 flights will be canceled. It's like they've already been canceled, but... And the mic is also purple. I did think about that when I saw the purple, and I was like, oh, actually, it's perfect timing. I chose the color because we don't normally have this one on stream. It's kind of funny how, as much I've complained about RGB lights being really ridiculous, you know, and almost obnoxious, and yet here I am like, oh, actually, what color should we put our lights? You know, like I'm part of the problem. I am a hypocrite. Yeah. Yeah, it will happen on Wednesday. Yeah. But yeah, it's B. Mikä on syynä Finnairin lentojen perumisen? What is syynä? Something Finnair's flights. Oh, what is the reason? Okay. What is syy, the reason? Or as a reason, what what is given as a reason for Finnair's flights cancellings? Huono sää, bad weather, that's incorrect. Ilmailualan unionin lakko, that's the correct answer. Or here, it's saying that there is a technical failure or a technical error. But the correct answer is B. Miten suomalaisten luottamus eläkejärjestelmään on muuttunut? How has Finn's trust in the pension system changed? And the correct answer is A. Se on laskussa. It has declined. This, I think, means like it has stayed the same. Yeah, it has remained the same. Pysynyt. And then nousut is it has risen. It has gone up. Look how good I am at the Finnish language. I'm basically like a teacher. I'm like a Finnish preschool teacher. More literal translation, what is the cause? Yeah. It's just weird. It's hard to translate some of these things where it's like, it's sort of, because I would just say Mika on Su, But in this case, it's sort of like, oh, you have to put the nat on there, like as a cause. There should be a brown crown on very bad comments. There should be a special crown for dad jokes. The metro in Espoo was offline because of the thunder. Ah. Best jokes get a golden crown. 13 people watching, bad omen or good luck. Look, I don't even know. Our Gandalf would say that you wouldn't want 13 dwarves going. That's why Bilbo was added. Lucky number 14. Plaid crowns for the dad jokes. Mitä naiset ja nuoret ajattelevat eläkkeistä? What do women and young people think of pensions? And I think it's this one, right? Eläke ei ehkä riittää elämiseen. That the pension the pension might not be enough to live on. These other ones, it's saying that the pension is enough. Varmasti hyvin. It will suffice well enough. Or eläke on kaikille sama. That the pension is all the same? Is the same for everyone? Yeah, the pension is the same for everyone. Or the pension is certainly sufficient. Yeah. These multiple choice are much easier than when they were just fill in the blank, you know? Missä Euroopan maassa mitattiin 46 Look, just imagine I said this correctly. Just imagine it. You know, use your blessed Finnish brain to say this in your head the correct way. Okay, and then asteen lämpötila viikonloppuna. So it's sort of like, oh, in which country was it measured 46 degrees over the weekend? What? Wait, I think it was Spain. And it was. If it said Portugal, I wouldn't have remembered. Was Portugal also on there? But I knew it wasn't France. Probably not Italy. I wasn't really paying attention, okay? I was just trying to learn the language, not keep track of, you know, the facts, which country was which. 46 asteen, kiitos. Yeah, no, DV, see, this is the problem. I saw the case. I saw the ending here. But that doesn't mean I know how to say it with the endings. 46 asteen. Like, I can't think that fast. 46. 46. Okay. And then last question here, we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up stream here in a few minutes as well. Mitä helle aiheuttaa Euroopassa? What... I guess it's sort of like, what does a heat wave cause in Europe? Right? Or I guess in English it'd be more like you'd say it plural, like what do heat waves affect or cause in Europe? Lisää terveysongelmia. Lisa means like increased. So increased health problems. That is correct. Kuoleman tapauksia. Death events. Fatalities. That is also correct. And here it's saying maastopaloja. The wildfires. That's also, wait, so it's all three, right? How am I? Wait, did I not translate this? What? What does a heat wave affect in Europe? What? Well, you know what? It's a trick question. It's all three, baby. Yeah. Okay, to be fair, if you're going to have a multiple choice question and you have multiple like correct answers, there should be a D. D that should say all of the above, right? Like you would never write more than one answer for multiple choice. There should be a multiple choice that specifies which earlier answers. But you know what? Maybe I'm just being a little bit too persnickety. As a teacher, maybe I have certain standards of how to treat students. E, none of the above. Yeah, that's another option. Wait, 27? 27, I haven't seen a crown next to your name yet on my view of the chat. I only see JS at this point. Yeah, the numbers are hard, DV, that you have to inflect every part of the number. That's pain. Yeah, Satakaksi. Taran Kaharen. Select what is correct doesn't specify just one is correct. Well, JS, that sounds like the teacher that nobody likes. You know when you would have a quiz with that teacher who just would ask trick questions, and it's like, well, if you read the instructions carefully and interpret them exactly the way I do, then shut up. Like there's a standard expectation for multiple choice questions. Nah. Well, I'm not actually, just for the record, I'm not actually upset. I'm really glad Ule puts together these, what is it? I click Valmis and nothing happens. Te uudestaan. Oletko varma, että haluat tyhjentää kaikkien kysymysten vastaukset? Are you sure that you want to, erase all the answers? All the question responses? Vahvista. I am sure. There we go. One time, I remember there was a teacher who gave a quiz that had really long instructions. But if you actually read the instructions, it said at the end, like, do not answer any of the questions on this exam. This is merely a test to see if you read the instructions. So if you read this, just sit in your chair silently with your pencil on the desk and wait till everyone in the classroom has read the instructions. That was mean. because of course there were so many people who just like skip straight to the questions and they're filling it out, you know, they're answering all the questions. But then those people who are furiously filling out the questions like kind of look around and they're like, wait, why is nobody else doing the exam? And they kind of, and then people start laughing, and I can't remember if the teacher actually counted it as a grade, because that's kind of messed up, but it was more of like a whatever illustration of how important it is to read the instructions. But yeah. Anyways, well, thank you all for being here. Another Learn Finnish with me in the books. And I feel like we made some progress. It's good just to keep practicing and keep getting exposure to the beauty of the Finnish language. I don't know what hobbit weed and mushrooms Tolkien must have been on when he stumbled upon the Finnish grammar in the Oxford Library. Because I think I need some of that in order to get through this. So. Where is my Gandalf pipe? Oh yeah, I'm doing Sudokus where they give you like special rules. Yeah. Yeah, Lorelai, thanks. Why not next time take a part from the Finnish version of The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? That's a good idea. I have tried to read a little bit of The Hobbit before. But yeah, how did it go? It was like Kolossa maan asui hobbitti. Like in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, something like that. The first line of The Hobbit. Kolossa. But we might do that. I can't promise. But yeah, it might be a fun thing. If I remember, I'll take a look. Good practice, Poyu, thank you. Lorelai, you got a number 3 crown. Yeah, you did. Well, you had it, but then it disappeared. Once you admitted that you got a 3 crown, it disappeared, and now JS has it. JS has all the crowns. He's got 1, 2, and 3 apparently. Just collecting them all. 2 hours well spent almost entirely with the Selkouluti set. Yeah, thank you, JS. Yeah. Selkokieli Hobbit is not. Yeah. Kolossaman asui hobbitti. So I was right, or I was close. I don't know if I pronounced everything correctly, but I got the idea. All right, well, thank you guys. Yeah, it's always refreshing to come back on Tuesday evenings with y'all. So thanks for dropping by. And yeah, we'll pick back up next week. But in the meantime, if you're interested, I'm doing a grandma challenge, or the granny challenge, I've dubbed it, in Stardew Valley, where we give loved gifts for everyone's birthday. And if we miss a gift or a birthday, we have to totally reset the file and start over from scratch. It's very punishing. We haven't gotten past the first week. So if you want to come and watch I was going to say the pain and suffering. It's not actually that painful to do. It's kind of chill and fun because we just fish. It's mostly just fishing and checking the saloon and the traveling cart for certain items to see if we get lucky. But yeah, you're welcome to drop by for that as well. In the meantime, hope you guys have a good rest of the week, a good start to your summery weather. Way too hot, in my opinion, already, but a good start to July. How is it already July 1st? We're halfway through the year. This is ridiculous. How can this be? Time flies. Yeah, Tyler has finished the finish. Yeah, I'm done. Dunzo. But yeah. But no worries if you don't want to join the gaming stream. We'll be back on Tuesday. Have a good one. Yeah. See you next time. Bye.